have with us Shrikant Shitole, Managing Director, Symantec India. Today, you released a set of specifications for cybersecurity experts in 11 areas, along with DSCI and NASSCOM.
Right.
So, would you tell us what these coursewares are and how will it benefit cybersecurity experts in the country?
Okay. First of all, I'll give you the gist in terms of one single page later in terms of total job roles. I think totally 34 or 35 job roles were identified with the skill DSCI skill development team, and the prominent area was of course the cybersecurity. In that case, we looked at all three types: entry level, mid level, and the senior levels job roles. We also consulted actually the industry in terms of what would they look at in the next 2 to 3 to 5 years time frame, the horizon. What kind of skills they would need, looking at their current business horizon, looking at their business landscape, how the way it is changing. And with that respect, what is that which is important for them in terms of skills, in terms of what kind of job profile they will be identifying from the industry. And more important is that will they prefer it from NASSCOM, DSCI, industry, vendors like Symantec, and what kind of a combination of it. So naturally, then we came back and we did our work, and we did a lot of discussions, debates in terms of what would be important, and then from those 34 we chose 10.
You were talking about 10 that you have selected.
So the 10, actually the first 10 ones which we chose, of course, if you look at now these 10s, you'll find some of them are in the entry level, some of them will be in the mid segment, and one of them will be in the top segment. The question is why we have chosen these 10 and why not the other ones. Naturally, it all depends on what the priorities which have been preferred by the industry, what's the priority which has been picked up by the DSCI, by talking to the industry, and more important is how easy this will be adaptable from the courseware perspective, number one, as a creation of the courseware. Second is going to be what kind of a bare minimum skill which are needed actually from the universities and the colleges to take up this kind of coursewares. And once the coursewares are over, what will be their intake from the industry point of view. I think we have kept all these 2 or 3 areas in mind, and then we have gone ahead and pick these 10, out of which 5 we have released today. So I think I must say that it has been a very hard work and tough work in last, I would say, 15 months. Certainly we feel that this will pay us off as we are building the nation actually from digital India point of view. And this will go a long way, if you ask me, in the next 3 to 5 years time. And certainly this will help even reduce perhaps the overall gap from the cyber skill perspective which is needed actually in the country. Like last, I would say, decade was more from the system specialist or even network specialist kind of areas. But I'm sure, as we go forward, I think cyber security and analytics will be 2 key areas as well, which will be looked upon. And that's where I feel, strongly that as part of Symantec, I think we feel that we can take this a long way with DSCI and NASSCOM.
And presently, how many colleges and how many universities are planning to adopt whatever courseware that you have?
So I think NASSCOM DSCI is already talking to various universities and colleges. I think close to 20 universities and close to 75 colleges. They've already signed up the MOU with, as we speak, and I'm sure the next few months and coming year, I'm sure there will be many more who will go adopt for it. We're also trying to go back. Now here I'm representing as Symantec, NASSCOM, DSCI combination, I would say. Naturally, we'll go back to the industry and still ask even their preferences in terms of any universities or colleges or regions kind of a thing. And I'm sure NASSCOM and DSA will work on that, those inputs, and we'll sign up for more colleges and universities as needed.
And all these 5 modules that you talked about are for how many hours or how many days that one needs to train?
So typically it will take about 6 months to 1 year kind of a time frame for every courseware to be looked upon, and it includes both the study from the theory perspective as well as from the on the labs working as well. So it's a combination of both.
So presently, sir, how many cyber security experts are there in the country, and what is the demand requirement by 2020 that you feel for cyber security experts?
I think one of the panelists was talking about close to about 1.5 to 1.7 million skilled people from the cyber perspective will be needed in next 5 years, which is by 2020. And we hope that I think that number will get reduced based on some of these coursework as well.
And which are the ones that you have finalized, the 5 that you have finalized for cyber?
That list I can give it to you later, and then you can perhaps add that, because it's a full-fledged area total. But of course, I'll share those 5 with you from our perspective.
So what was the role of Symantec? What was the role of BSCI, and what was the role of NASCOM?
So if you ask me, I think so Symantec actually of course worked very closely with NASCOM, BSCI. We were part of the industry, so we also sponsored creating some of these courseware. We also participated in talking internally to our experts to validate the courseware content as well, and more important is what should be the courseware content as well for these kind of job roles. There are also our internal team which are experts in the cyber security part of it also. So that's what we have extended to DSC and NASCOM as well. So that's the overall scope of which we have to go.
As a leading security company, sir, with the present demonetization, how do you see what we can say digital transfer of money happening, and what would be the role of
so if you ask me,
companies like Symantec and others?
So the current, so I would say going digital, I think has been the mantra since our new government has come in picture, and we certainly feel that that's the right way to adopt technology and reduce overall cost and increase the productivity part of it. I think in the last currency demonetization issue perspective, if you ask me specifically, yeah, it's a good move. I think it will go a long way, and just like other countries which have adopted actually and where they're using less currency and more of online channels or the alternative medias to transact. I think that is really not only reduce the cost but also increase the productivity. So certainly we support in that, and we, Symantec being the leading cybersecurity industry player, we also have the products and solutions by which we will take care of not only the infrastructure side but also on the consumer side. So as I was saying earlier in my key answer, B2C, G2C, B2B2C, these are the 3 or 4 areas where this particular move will be very, very crucial. And I think we as Symantec, I think we are prepared with our solutions and services to serve the industry and ensure that this becomes successful.
One thing, sir, is required is a lot of consumer education on the digital payment, because it's a new thing. People are not aware about it. So do you see industry and other players coming together, trying to educate people so that they feel comfortable using this digital payment, whether in rural sector or urban sector?
So I think creating a cyber awareness, irrespective whether it is consumer or whether it is employees or whether it is intermediaries, is becoming very, very important now. And when people actually took the first digital move, for example, when we started filing the income tax returns online, I think that was the first move, if you ask me. I think people are adopting it very well, but as you rightly mentioned, awareness creation is becoming important. So as part of the corporate social responsibility, I think industry players like us as well as others will certainly be participating with the government of India to ensure that this awareness goes up, and in terms of the do's and don'ts of how to manage this entire digital journey, I think for the consumers as well as for the intermediaries as well as for the employees. I think yes, we will embark that journey from our perspective with the government of India.
Thank you, sir.